And Patterson has now moved to the back of the end zone. Catanzaro on the approach. We're underway in the Bay Area. Patterson's going to take it out of the end zone. Patterson looking for a cut. And hit hard as he crossed the 15-yard line by Darryl Roberts. Back in 1970. First and 10 at the 16. Handoff to Marshawn Lynch, and he's bottled up. Lynch will keep those legs churning, keep the feet moving, and gets more yards after contact than any running back in the league. Jordan Jenkins along with Muhammad Wilkerson with a tackle and a flag down. The official, Jeff Triplett.
After the play is over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 86 offense. After this, it'll be second down.
No team was penalized more than the Raiders were last season. Smith kept going. Carr and the Raiders working out of the gun. Carr, 2 touchdowns last week, no picks. Underneath, they get Walford involved. And Walford brought down to the 15-yard line. Earl Patterson sets up to the side of Carr. They're going to give it to Patterson. And the former Minnesota Vikings stumbles down across the 20-yard line. Top punters in the NFL, punting to former Bronco Khalif Raymond, standing at his own 25. Flag is thrown early. Sailing punt. Raymond avoids 1 tackle, works the sideline and dives to the 35-yard line. 55-yard punt, 11-yard return as Tyrell Adams gets credit for the stop on special teams. Penalty marker on the play.
Kick. Eligible receiver going out of bounds on his own. Number 16 is the kicking team. That 5-yard penalty be added into the play, first down.
2 interceptions in the 21-12 loss to Buffalo. Handoff, Bilal Powell gets driven backwards by Carl Joseph. Season debut in his second stint with the Jets after getting released by San Francisco. Handoff, stutter step move by Forte, and he is hit on the side by Pro Bowler Reggie Nelson. McCown operating out of the gun. McCown out of the pocket, looks downfield. McCown tries to tuck and run and angles out of bounds. TJ Carey gives chase, 1-yard pickup against Buffalo. 4 3-and-outs on 12 drives. The punt from Lachlan Edwards to Jalen Richard. This one won't even touch his hands. Out of bounds. Cook. Motion man is Crabtree from the 19. Carr, handoff. Marshawn Lynch. Driving in traffic. And Darren Lee, the first man there. 4.5-yard pick. Pitch it back. Carr sets it up downfield. It's caught by Crabtree. A little razzle-dazzle here in the opening quarter. Claiborne the tackle. The Jets bit 26 yards on the hookup. So flanking Carr. They pitch it to him. Patterson finds a lane. Still going as he topples over in Jets territory. On 3rd down in the red zone, he mixes it up. Carr, quick hitter. Caught on the slant to Cooper.
Allowed for the completion. And another slip.
That was not slippage. That was just a slip. And 10. Marshawn Lynch rumbles his way inside the 35. It's a 4-yard pickup. 3rd and 6. Trying to work out of the infield and a jump. Flags down. Wilkerson in a matchup with Newhouse.
That'll be close to a first down, but it'll bring up 3rd and about 1.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense, number 96. 5-yard penalty. It's still 3rd down.
3rd and 1.
Blue ID. That's it.
Give it to Lynch. He's got the first down and more. Lynch emerges. Bang down inside the 20. Mike Pennell whiffed on Lynch. 13-yard rip. Is in the backfield. Carr pulls the trigger. End zone. Incomplete. Seth Roberts. 6th play of the drive. 2nd and 10 for Oakland. Carr underneath. Jared Cook brought down. May went low on Cook and helped save a touchdown. 6-yard through the air. 3rd and 4 for the Raiders. Carr lets it fly. The angle for Washington stumbles down inside the 5, but a 1st and goal for Oakland.
That's it.
1st and goal. Carr, fade, up in the air. It's caught. Michael Crabtree Touchdown, Oakland.
Of Michael Crabtree. 2 steps up into the air. Watch the hands. Up above screen. Feet are in. Touchdown Raiders.
Buster Screen is 5'9". Crabtree has the advantage and secures it. Sebastian Janikowski, who's on IR with a back injury. Tavecchio nudges it through. Grew up in Moraga, California, 20 miles from the Oakland Coliseum. Khalif Raymond is the deep man. This is returnable, 2 yards deep in the end zone. Raymond, the cut, he's got a lane. Raymond trying to use the speed, slowed down, and out of bounds as he veered towards the sideline, out at the 37.
In my career, when we had a regular Greyhound trip, bringing guys in and out every week.
Play action, McCown on a line to Robbie Anderson. Anderson brought down in Oakland territory. Jets lost their number 1 target, Quincy Enunwa, in training camp. Deep ball, McCown, fight for it, slapped away. Curse the intended receiver. Actually played wide receiver back in his high school days in Ohio. But a handoff, Matt Forte. And he's banged down. Silver and black waiting for him. Raider now part of the administrative staff with Oakland. 3rd and 9. McCown. Protection holds up. McCown gets leveled. Never been on a baseball field in his life. He's from Australia. And the Jets sent Edwards, Catanzaro, and Thomas Hennessy out to Somerset Patriots ballpark.
Car really helped him a lot, too, as to what to expect as a quarterback in the NFL.
Handoff. Richard. He was shot out of a cannon. Jalen Richard with Lawrence Thomas making the play. Penalty marker down.
Personal foul. Clipping. Number 72 of the offense. To half the distance field goal. Repeat, first down.
That point. But shows a little confidence.
Just a touch.
Pre-team. Jared Cook walking the tightrope. And he gets blasted by May. Motion man is Patterson.
Blue 80, what's up?
He's out there with Cooper. Handoff, Richard. Nowhere to go. Ridden down by Darren Lee, who's got impressive speed himself. 3rd and 7 for the Raiders. Under a minute to go in the first. Carr floats it. A strike to Amari Cooper. First down, Oakland across the 30-yard line. 13 yards. 2-yard line. 34 seconds to play, opening quarter. Jalen Richard in there. Carr on a quick hitter to Cooper. Now the Jets were prepared for it. Morris Claiborne got a little help. Loss of 1. Carr operating out of the gun on 2nd and 11. No rush. Carr, the toss to Richard. Splits defenders. Jalen Richard. And here's the speed. The catch and run by Richard. Screen, and Martin had a chance to bring him down. And he shot the gap for 39.
Because there's no pressure.
Line of scrimmage is the 30-yard line. Raiders are on the move. Ground game, Lynch brought down immediately.
More charge at the line of scrimmage, changing plays, getting into the right play.
Lynch, shake and bake move by Marshawn Lynch, who set up 5 different posts around Oakland, giving out 3 Skittles since he got into Raiders camp. Got himself in the proper shape. Carr on 3rd and 6. Timing route. It's caught by Crabtree for the touchdown. Michael Crabtree, 2nd of the day.
Well, it's an underthrown fade to Crabtree, guarded by Justin Burris. Burris has no idea that the ball is so far underthrown.
With the Raiders offense here in the first half. Tavecchio. It's good. Touchdowns both to Crabtree. Khalif Raymond is deep. Deeper kick from Tavecchio. And Raymond goes through the back of the end zone to make sure it's coming out to the 25. Week on 15 carries, the 3rd fewest in week 1. The Giants in Pittsburgh had 35 apiece. Elijah McGuire, a new look for the Jets. McGuire, the rookie out of Louisiana Lafayette. 14-0 lead for the Raiders. They go empty. McCown. It's handled by Neil Sterling, former Jacksonville Jaguar. He is expected back next week in a home game against Miami. 2 tight ends in this formation. McCown, pump fake, gets out of trouble. McCown on the move, throws it to the sideline, and Will Tye. Good hands by Tye to pick up 4. 7 offensive linemen right now for the Jets. Just looking for added protection for McCown. Again underneath. Slam down Mac Forte, and a flag thrown on Bruce Irvin.
After the play,
It's
personal
not.
foul unnecessary roughness.
I just said it was a possibility, not a reality.
That's 1,000 to 1.
15-yard
Against
penalty,
it.
automatic first down.
All right, another look at it from Bruce Irvin.
That's a horrible call. He's got him wrapped up, and he just takes him to the ground.
Goal back in 1984. Curley, the motion man, jab step by McGuire. And takes it inside the 40. 2 extra offensive linemen, so 7 for the Jets. And on Powell. Bilal Powell carries a couple defenders on his back to the 34-yard line. Raiders press the line. McCown hooks a pass. Deep ball, looking for it all. Carr for the touchdown. Jermaine Kearse. The Jets are on the board.
Well, this is a great job by Brandon Shell pushing Khalil Mack around the back of the pocket. And then at the other end, watch the veteran Jermaine Kearse. A little shove with the left hand there gives him separation and the score.
He just brings energy. He makes it fun. You feed off of it. Extra point from Catanzaro. He has 5 completions to 5 different receivers.
That's a veteran quarterback for you.
Returnable for Patterson. He has 5 career touchdowns on kickoff returns. And Patterson is stood up just short of the 30-yard line by Josh Martin on special teams, but a penalty marker was thrown. Penalty was called against the Oakland Raiders, John Feliciano, so back it up for Oakland after the Patterson return. In 10, just short of the 15-yard line. 4 receivers set for Carr. Over the middle, open man is Crabtree. Hit down low by May, another reception. Running play to Lynch. Marshawn Lynch dives to the 44-yard line, short of the first down. Block from Donald Penn springs Lynch loose for 8.
The draw play to the left and then back to the right.
Carr, pump fake, and throws it to the ground in the direction of Jared Cook. 3rd and 2. Carr dealing with pressure. Nobody home. Jared Cook, the intended receiver. 53 to go, first half. King leans into it, end over end. Raymond, fair catch called for at the 9.5, 46-yard punt. Working out of the gun, handed off. Forte's got some room. Mac Forte accelerates across the 15-yard line and picks up 6.5. James Carpenter with the block to Jonathan Harrison out with a concussion. Shotgun McCown, 2nd and 4. Makes the connection to Forte and a first down for the Jets. 7 yards through the air. McCown now 6 of 7, 72 yards and a touchdown. McCown, another short one. This time Elijah McGuire. Catch and run for McGuire, hit by Tyrell Adams in 2013 and 14. Go back to the early 2000s. Paul Hackett, Mike Heimerdinger ran it back then as well. Safety valve Bilal Powell, and had a tough time securing it. Motion man is Ty on a 3rd and 3. McCown, right at the sticks. Sharon Peak. It's very close. Ooh, he got it. Jack Del Rio is going to challenge his spot. Red flag has been tossed by Del Rio.
This looks like a good challenge by Del Rio. As Corey James just pulls Peak back. This is right where the ball was when his forward progress.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. Oakland has charged their 2nd timeout and their first challenge.
Twin receivers with Kearse and Anderson. It's a running play to Powell. Bounces to the outside and driven towards the sideline by Markel Lee. Flag comes down.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 55 in the defense. Tony, 15 yards, penalty, automatic first down.
That's hanging around against the Raiders, the heavily favored Raiders. Give is to Forte. He's got a running lane. Forte with a spin move across the 40-yard line.
Taking out Khalil Mack.
It's Forte knifing his way through. Spun down at the 30-yard line by Vanderdoes. Play of the drive. On a 2nd and 3. Forte again. Leans forward, but comes up short of the first. The Jets and Raiders playing for the fourth time in the last 5 years. This is a 3rd and 1. McCown off the hands of Will Tye. 46-yard attempt for Catanzaro. And he knocks it through to cut into the Raiders' lead. Average per return in his career. And he's not going to touch it. Angled through the back of the end zone. Raiders have it at the 25 with 3:06 to play. This series with a mark of 24-19-2, going back to the AFL days, two of the original 10 teams. Marshawn Lynch working in tight quarters. 2-yard pickup with Williams and Wilkerson combining to bring him down. 5 and lost in the Super Bowl to Tampa Bay. Shotgun, Carr. Ball popped loose. Cooper never had it cleanly. It's ruled incomplete. At that point, 0 for his last 3. On 3rd and 8, Carr, soft toss. Handled by Cook. Cannot break away. Field and Lambeau Field. Just a few more years here before moving to Las Vegas. Marquette King, the punt. Khalif Raymond ranges over. It bounces off of Raymond. Rolling down the sideline. And recovered by the Raiders.
You can see him struggling. This ball cannot be advanced into the end zone. As soon as it's touched here by the Raiders, it's down right there.
Handed off. Lynch. And he's dumped. Carr on a give. Lynch sheds a tackler. Lynch spun down. And it's Adams. The number 6 overall pick. Raiders looking for pay dirt. 3rd and goal. Lynch. Beast mode is alive. Touchdown Raiders.
Raiders spread it out. Only Lynch in the backfield. He's going to take the draw play here. Really well executed. Jets anticipating a pass. And the big block by number 61, center Rodney Hudson.
And the extra point here for Tavecchio. And just like that, it's 21-10 Oakland. That was a trip. Kickoff from Tavecchio, and it's over the head of Raymond. Jets will have it at the 25 and only 21 seconds left in the preseason. McCown takes a knee, and that'll do it for this first half. The Raiders scored at least 27 points in 7 of their 8 home games last season. They've put 21 on the board. As we have hit the break, the Jets will receive the kickoff to start the second half.
They just have to overcome a little bit larger of a deficit.
Tavecchio kicks it off on the bounce, taken to the 20-yard line, and Jordan Jenkins, one of the up men, with the return, but a penalty marker thrown back at the 37-yard line.
Number 50, the kicking team. That's a 5-yard penalty at the end of the play, first down.
What about Todd Bowles after this play?
1st and 10 for the Jets at the 33. Running play to Powell. Powell leans in, brought down by Khalil Mack. Drive of this 3rd quarter. Powell remains in the backfield. 4 carries, 7 yards for Powell. Stutter step move. Powers his way across the 45, and he sets up in the backfield along with Powell. On 3rd and short. And it's enough. Bilal Powell picks up 2 on the ground with 57 yards. It's empty for McCown. Protection holds up. McCown out of trouble. McCown using those older legs. 38 years old. Josh McCown finds the angle and turns it into a 9-yard run. Elijah McGuire now in the backfield. We've seen all 3 running backs. Powell, Forte, and McGuire. Picks a hole, spins through it. And the legs keep churning to the 40-yard line of Oakland. Motion man Curley, and nothing there. Trying to drive it upfield. Elijah McGuire stacked up for no gain. We mentioned Safarian Jenkins will rejoin the team next week. 2nd and 10 with a flag down. Stutter step move. And Forte driven backwards, doesn't go to the ground.
Illegal motion. Number 71, offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 2nd down.
This is with your hand, especially for the receivers trying to make sharp cuts out of the infield.
Little flip. Raiders were ready for it. Matt Forte spun down by Nicholas Morrow.
You didn't get me the population.
No, I don't have that one. Next time, 3rd and 18. McCown steps up. McCown gets out of trouble. McCown still going. McCown, first down. Josh McCown. What a run.
Go.
Shotgun from McCown on first down. Steps up, throws, deep ball. Broke it up. Fire in the backfield. 2nd and 10. McCown, the quick hitter to Curley. Spun down. Out of the gun. McCown steps up, throws on the move, and connects with Robbie Anderson. Oh, collision there. Keep their offense on the field. Motion man is Curley. They need a yard. McGuire doesn't get it. A flag thrown back at the 6.
Delay of game. Offense. Number 15.
That's actually a positive for Todd Bowles.
Absolutely. They did not pick up the first down.
The Raiders would have rather the play stands.
They would have got the ball. He's kicking off of the grass and not the dirt.
He sets up in the dirt, but the follow-through is in the grass, and it's perfect. A large portion of this third quarter after the long drive that ended in a Catanzaro field goal. Kickoff to Patterson. Patterson long strides and gets walloped as he crossed the 15-yard line on special team with DeAndre Washington in the backfield. Washington gets the call. There's a hole. Washington goes airborne across the 20-yard line.
Strawberry there on the elbow.
2nd and 4. Washington plunges. First down. Out across the 30-yard line as Ely did not bring him down initially. Booking a flight for himself and his family to Canton.
No question about that.
Washington runs into a crowd. 2nd and long. Carr. Soft toss. They hit. Washington, like a pinball, bounced off it. Buster screen. And a flag is thrown.
Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. Number 41 in the defense. Hit on the 50th receiver. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Jalen Richard now in the backfield. Crabtree turns the corner. Cooper has become a perennial Pro Bowler as well. Carr, 2nd and 6. Underneath to Jared Cook. Not enough for the first down. Darren Lee with the tackle. Cordero Patterson flanks Carr. He gets the call. Cordero Patterson! It's a foot race! Patterson takes it all the way for the touchdown.
Right in the hole. Right where this draw play is designed. But look at the blocking up front. Osemele. Hudson.
Patterson. And that's also using your weapon. Rushing touchdown since 2014 when he was with the Vikings. Crowd was electrified as Tavecchio kicks it off. Raymond takes a knee. Take the handoff to Forte. McCown is devoured.
Guess who?
Each week, him and the coaches. 2nd and 19. McCown underneath. Kearse with the catch. And a penalty marker thrown.
Number 52 defense. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
Forte sets up as a receiver. Out of the gun. Gets out of trouble. And throws in stride to Kearse. Veers towards the sideline.
We're now with the Jets. Highly intelligent receiver.
He said he went back to University of Washington days. There were similar plays. Finding a spot, and it's Curley. Everybody respects him. Everybody in the locker room loves him. He said there were a lot of characters in Seattle. Coach Pete Carroll just knew how to handle it. Elijah McGuire gets the carry for 2 yards. Shotgun for McCown. 25 seconds to go, third quarter. McCown, it glances off the hands of Elijah McGuire. 3rd and long. 3rd and 8. Here comes the rush. McCown steps up. McCown is dumped. Jalen Richard waiting for it at the Oakland 10. From the 8. Richard. He was grabbed at the 20 by Josh Martin and tossed down there. So 3 of their first 4 games on the road. Cook and Smith, double tight end set. Carr, protection is there. And he throws the pass to Cooper. Fans chanting Coop. Carr sends Roberts in motion. Carr drifting, throws to Lynch. Collision. Lynch gets hit by Darren Lee after the 5-yard grab. Lynch remains in there. We'll call it 2nd and 6, just inside the 40. Handoff to Lynch. Trying to dish out some punishment, and Lynch is brought down after he picks up the first down. That punishing running style will wear out a defense as the game goes on. Pitch it. Richard. Jalen Richard busting to the clear. Richard high kicks it into the end zone. Touchdown Raiders.
It's the one cut and then up the field. Takes the pitch. There's the cut. And now the explosiveness, speed, and the awareness to step out of one, out of two tackles. It's all good.
Extra point to Vecchio. With anyone that we spoke with about Marshawn Lynch, McClendon was not on the field for that Richard run. He is out of the pop-up tent. Gonna have to do a re-kick here.
Real re-kick.
Campolindo High School, Giorgio Tavecchio. He still has a flip phone, Dan.
And he's a kicker. Iron.
Teen hold.
Go, 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 go.
McCown, look out. McCown crushed by Joseph. He knocked the ball away. Carl Joseph does a flying Walenda at McCown.
Second time, back-to-back plays.
And a fumble.
And the Raiders have got it. Watch the dive here and the chop right there to knock the ball out by Joseph. McCown had no idea from the blind side as he gets by Shell for the strip sack.
And it's a first down for Oakland at the New York 18. Carr. Airborne. Along the sideline, Cooper. It's incomplete. 2 flags thrown.
The pass was called out of bounds. Pass interference. Defense, number 21. Molly placed at the 1-yard line. First down and goal.
Carr, moving pocket. Throws to a spot. Caught by Crabtree. He's got the hat trick. Touchdown Raiders.
Just a quick out by Crabtree against Burris, and look where that ball is placed. A quick sprint to the right, throwing on the run perfectly for another touchdown.
Tavecchio. The extra point.
Comfortably.
Always nice for you to come back to your hometown, San Francisco.
Absolutely.
Bay Area. Kickoff, Khalif Raymond. For a coach, as you're going up, not as good on the way down after the contact.
It never seems to work out for the coach, does it?
No. The Jets started the season 0-2 that year under Eric Mangini. They went 4-12. Catch from Curley. He curls to the outside. Sprained his knee, didn't play in the 4th game, and then was inactive last week. Hackenberg was number 2. McCown. Sideline throw, and it's handled by Jermaine Kearse. And we've seen both get reps in the preseason. Forte takes it to midfield. Not fair to completely evaluate and assess Hackenberg yet.
But at this point, it would be important to get Petty some reps in live action.
Hand off to Forte, and he's dropped at the 45.
Forming in a ball game, it's a totally different feel.
Shotgun for McCown, 2nd and 5. Pats the ball, and it's dropped. Trying to squeeze it in there to Will Tye, Nicholas Morrow.
Patient through the draft, and that's how they built this team.
On 3rd and 5, in stride, Matt Forte. Forte finally brought down inside the 15 by Reggie Nelson. First down just shy of the 11. McCown. Broken up.
Defenders of all in the National Football League.
2nd and 10. McCown knocked down. McCown launches. Caught for the touchdown. Jermaine Kearse.
From the right side. Joseph from the left. And the ball put up where only Kearse can get to it over Emerson.
Which actually sounds like a pretty good idea right now. Catanzaro knocks it through. Pop it up in the air. Catanzaro. Oh, the ball popped free right at the end. But the Raiders recover it. All have been productive. Washington leaps through the air, picks up 5 yards on the play. And 49ers and has put together a winner. Carr, the toss to Lee Smith. Even when he was a rookie, remember meeting with him and thinking, oh, this guy's just a rookie? Washington is driven backwards. Player of the year, Khalil Mack. Second and 11 now for Oakland. Washington, nowhere to go. Buster Screen helping in run support.
Want to see him at middle linebacker?
He likes contact. Third and 11, flip it to Richard. Weaving through traffic, Richard takes a shot, but he picks up the first down across the 25-yard line. John loves football, and he takes care of business. So while you might see the lighter side of his personality come through, it doesn't take away from his responsibilities as a player. Second and 9, 3 tight ends in this formation, Cook, Smith, and Walford. We approach 4 minutes to go in the fourth. The cut by Richard, scouting the Raiders that they have to be aware of. Carr packs the ball and throws to Patterson. Down at the 11-yard line, touched by Darryl Roberts.
Certainly no sacks.
Running play, Richard. Driven backwards, Dylan Donahue, the rookie from West Georgia. First man there is dad Mitch. Second and 11 with Richard in the backfield. The muff punt completely changed the game. Richard gets a yard. That's it. Puck is down to 2, down to 1. They get the snap off. Carr, pump and throw. Washington gets drilled. Are they really going to go for a touchdown here, up 42-20? That's what they wanted, the jump. I'm not really sure what it does for them.
Number 4, offense.
Oh, it goes the other way.
5-yard penalty, still fourth down.
Gone at Cal. He was supposed to play soccer at Cal Davis. 29-yard attempt. And straight through for Tavecchio. Anderson, long touchdown. Lynch, short touchdown. Kick up by Tavecchio, and that one carries. And up to McGuire. There's a big hole for him, and McGuire sticks the helmet down and drives across the 35-yard line. First down, and that will do it. The Oakland Raiders are 2-0 for the first time in 15 years. The Raiders dominate the Jets 45-20 here in Oakland. Raiders are for real. Felt it last year watching this team, had the